All right, so we have 5 minutes. So if you haven't already, get on the Nearpod so you can do the voting. You also see the code in the top as we get started. And then there's a Google Doc, the cheat sheet down the bottom. It's a view-only file, but if you make a copy of it, you can use it to take notes if you want.
Hot yet?
Is this hot? Yes, this is hot.
You hot?
Hello?
You got a loud mouth.
Susan, come to the front desk. Susan, calling Susan.
I'm coming.
Many times I come to kids that play. Now we lost I'm not just listening.
All right, just about a minute out. We're gonna get started. Go to nearpod.com and put in UVTAF. You can talk to the audience about that. We have 4 contestants now. Woo.
Overwhelming.
All right, you two ready? You two ready? You ready? All right, music's off. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm Brandon Lutz, and this is 60 and 60. Uh-oh, what's not loading? Of course it's not. But here's the deal. I actually put the whole presentation in and I pulled it apart and just did the actual voting. So hopefully we won't have to touch it until, just go ahead to the first, well, we'll see. We'll try it. We actually have a plan B in case this doesn't work because you never can, the internet might bog out. If not, we actually have a sound meter up here and we will tell by the sound meter. So if it's not working, we got a plan B. No worries. All right, so I'm gonna go quick because we gotta get through 60 tools in 60 minutes and I got 4 contestants up here. So my name is Brandon Lutz. I am currently the supervisor of instructional technology in Cheltenham School District and about to be the director of innovation at Abington School District. So I'm sort of in flux here. So that's a little about me, but not about me today. 60 and 60, this is our 11th year we've done this at Pete and C, and I always try to change it up. This is the first time we're sort of merging our game show and 60 and 60. Usually it's 16 tools for game show. This year it's 60, and I have my 4 contestants. So, your contestants. I have Tammy Flood from Cheltenham School District, Canvas lead and social studies teacher. We have Amy Flynn, also from Cheltenham. Media library specialist, library media specialist. We have Aaron Sams, who needs no information, is Aaron Sams. So, there's Aaron. And Scott Snyder, my partner in crime. And he is an IU educational consultant. Did I say that right? Okay. All right. I know I'm going quick, but we need to get started. So, here we go. The first tool is social bookmarking. Each contestant has 45 seconds to, it's gonna be, you're gonna be here tonight. 45 seconds to talk about their tool and we'll move on quickly and then you will vote on Nearpod or not. We'll see. So here we go. Tammy, you're up. 45 on the clock.
Tammy, is my mic on? But at the top, I'm Tammy and I'm here to show you Wakelet. Wakelet is a wonderful curation tool. Anybody ever use that tool? Isn't it fantastic? So, I use it as a social bookmarking tool. I love to share research. You can put videos, you can put any sort of links in there, and your students can easily access it. You can also use it with teachers if you do professional development. If I were you, I would choose Wakelet.
All right.
It works now.
She had some time left. Yeah. We're cheating. All right. Pinterest, Amy.
Pinterest obviously is the tool because teachers can use it, students can use it, you can use it for organizational tools, you can use it for lessons, you can have students create a lesson, make it visual by adding all the bookmarks in there for what they've learned. You can create picture boards and share with your parents all the learning, so Pinterest is the best.
All right, and we have Feedly.
And now that I've successfully handicapped my opponent by not having her microphone, I didn't mean to, I tried to make it work. Okay, so Feedly, man, my time is counting down already. Sometimes people associate Feedly just with an RSS grabber. It goes out, it pulls your articles in, but it's a great tool as well because you can flag the articles, you can organize them into different folders, into different categories, and then you can share those with other people. So it's not really technically a social bookmarking tool, but it can function like one, and it works on your mobile device. You don't have to do this through a particular web browser. I didn't cheat. I just have better ideas than you.
I think you cheated.
Okay.
Let's take off 1 point for Aaron Sams. Okay, we're moving on. Scott, Digo.
All right. right, so we're going back to one of the original social bookmarking tools, but they keep on adding some additional things on here. So we need to talk about the fact that kids can actually collaborate with each other. They can be working on a group research project, can tag things in groups. They can tag tag things for each other within their group. They can tag things with certain hashtags so that they can keep their research straight by subtopics they're taking a look at. They can highlight things with their sticky notes and highlighters, and that's going to carry through no matter what website or page they're on. And that's it. So that's why you should stick with Digo for your social bookmarking tool.
You cheated with cards.
You didn't tell me I couldn't have.
You're right, I didn't. Okay. All right, moving on. All right, so now it's time for the poll.
You want to vote for Wakelet?
Oh,
All right.
that's not cheating.
So, she brought. Yeah, I didn't say that either, did I? All right. Is Nearpod working? So, is it anyone that's not working for it?
The code?
Poll never came up.
Oh, the code didn't come up?
Yeah. What? The poll should come up.
U V T. What's the code? UVTAF. Ultraviolet tacos are fantastic.
All right, so we have like 160 people on. We only got 22 to come through, so we'll punt. I did the fail forward session yesterday. We're going forward, and we're going to just do it the other way we decided to do. So the first tool, so I can actually go back. We'll do it this way. Wakelet. So if you like Wakelet, cheer for Wakelet. All right, the second one was Pinterest. Pinterest. All right, then Pinterest. All right, so far it's Wakelet. Feedly. All right, and last but not least, Digo. Wakelet wins. All right, moving on. Flipped learning.
Oh, okay.
You're cheating again.
I'm not cheating.
No, he is. All right, Edpuzzle, you're on, Tam.
Edpuzzle is amazing. Edpuzzle is a great tool for teachers who flip their classrooms. Not only if you are an experienced flipper and you create your own videos, but if you want to get started with flipping, you can go into the library. There are a bunch of videos there. Some of them already have questions embedded. It's accessible. It embeds seamlessly into many LMSs. If I were you, I would vote for Edpuzzle. And I still got 18 seconds.
All right, might get done early. You know? All right, Amy, Nearpod.
Nearpod is actually the tool that you really need for flipped learning. It has lessons already pre-created. You can pull your Screencastify videos into Nearpod. You can embed questions. It can interact with your Google Classroom. Students can take notes in Nearpod as they've done their lessons. You can add all kinds of videos and pictures and all kinds of stuff. So Nearpod is actually the one you want for flipped learning.
All right, Aaron.
Well, Tammy already took my actual favorite, so I'm going to give you my number 2. This is the OG flipped learning video production tool. And I've said for years, I think teachers should create their own content if they're going to flip their classroom because there's better buy-in from your students, and I will go to my grave with that statement. And then Brandon's standing in front of me here. I'm going to lose my time here. But Camtasia Studio is the tool that I've used forever to make my videos, and I still use it all the time. It's a screen recorder tool. You can record webcam stuff. It's got a built-in video editor. It's expensive, I'm not going to lie, so this is not super cheap, and I probably should have done something cheap. But they do have educator discounts, which is awesome, and it's my absolute favorite tool for creating video content. There you go.
All right, so actually, if you want to create video content or you want your kids to start creating the content to teach their peers in the classroom, you want to use something easy. You want to use the Screencastify extension on your computers, whether it's a Chromebook or a regular machine or anything like that. Because this builds in, it lets the kids or you film the whole screen, the tab that you're on, the built-in webcam, so it's kind of a picture-in-picture thing going on. You can do the highlighting feature to focus kids in on certain areas of the screen or certain parts of the content, and it's letting the kids do up to 5 minutes of video that are no longer watermarked, and store all those up to the drive so that you don't have to worry about storage. So Screencastify.
All right, we're going to try Nearpod one more time. Mike says it's going to work. So let's see if it's working for you. If you don't have the code, it's
UVTAF.
UVTAF.
Ultimate Valentine's Taste Awful Funny. UVTAF.
Are you able to vote? Is it working? Okay. So I guess I bailed too early before, huh? All right.
Well, that Camtasia Studio sure is
I should have
great.
put the music on. I forgot to put the
Yeah. Camtasia is the one I think I was
Screencastify is our winner. All right. Moving on. Internet safety resources. Here we go.
If you are looking for a phenomenal internet safety resource, then you need to run, do not walk, to NS Teens. NS Teens is great for tweens and high school students. So you can do digital safety, security, cyberbullying, why you shouldn't meet children, why you shouldn't meet strangers online in person, or children. Don't meet children. Bottom line is, it's a great resource. It has videos, it has games, it is free, it has teacher resources. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you NS Teens. Please look it up and please vote for NS Teens. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Amy, Common Sense Media.
Common Sense Media actually reviews all these other tools and tells you if they're as good as Common Sense. It has videos, it has lesson plans, it has lessons by topic, it has lessons by grade level. They have a digital passport where students can watch videos and play games and learn about digital citizenship. It has a whole parent resource toolkit, and it reviews everything for you. So you can go on, you can find out if the tool you're using is appropriate, the website you're using is appropriate. So Common Sense kind of rules all of them.
All right.
So I have a problem, and that problem is that I procrastinate. And so by the time I filled in the tools that we wanted to use for this thing, that people had already taken all the good ones. So Common Sense Media would be my go-to, but my number 2 is going to be the FBI
That's not helping
Parent
you.
Resources. I know. I got a little suit. So FBI Parent Resources, put your federal tax dollars to work. Get something back from the government. So go to the FBI Parent Resources. There's some great tools about protecting your children in general. They do have this child ID app that you can help identify your children. Like back when I was a kid, we got our fingerprints taken down at like the local video rental store, and then they took our picture, and then the police would keep that on file at the police station. You got an app for all that stuff now. It's really cool. It's all through the FBI. Thank you.
All right. Be Internet Awesome. Scott.
So as I was trying to find something new for you guys for this one, I came across Be Internet Awesome. It's a gamified platform with Google platform. So they've been working with some people to put this together, and they've got like 5 modules, all gamified, kind of video game play. You have to answer questions to progress across. I did one to get across the whole river to the land that you want to land on. Get a certificate when you get through there. Review questions to kind of reinforce the things that you want to do. There's a curriculum available for you to go with. Gives the kids a certificate I mentioned, and it's got the integration with managed Chromebooks, Google Classrooms, and Pear Deck integration too.
All right. That was Be Internet Awesome. And now it's time to vote.
They have cool things.
You're trying to cheat.
I'm just saying in case you forgot.
Something I forgot to mention on the voting, I do only give 30 seconds because 60 and 60, 45 seconds for them, 30 for us, a little extra time, so give 30 seconds. Figure if you're on, it's pretty easy, all right? You're calling early. All right. Called early. Common Sense Media wins. All right. And by the way, we are keeping score. I have Mike Kardisky here, who's tentatively putting all the numbers in and scoring. We're giving one. We're going to have whoever has the least amount of points to get the prize. So 1 point for first place and work our way down. So he is keeping track for us. All right. Classroom management.
Classroom management.
Oh, hey, I gave you extra time.
I know, thank you. Classroom management, Classcraft is amazing. Classcraft allows students to collaborate, to basically manage behavior. It's collaborative and all the students get to work together to achieve a common goal. And it has excellent visuals. It is gamified management, and I highly recommend you go with Classcraft.
All right. Seesaw. Amy.
So Seesaw also communicate with their students. So students can share what they're doing in class, things that they're learning. You can add activities to Seesaw, and the kids can actually do them right in Seesaw, and it goes right to the parents. And then the parents can give feedback to the, like, I saw what you did today in class, and it's great. So that kind of adds to the classroom behavior management in a different way. So Seesaw is the one.
All right, Seesaw. Aaron.
Okay, so I like to manage by proximity. And so having a wireless device that you can connect your tablet or something else to that allows you to walk around the class and stand next to the problem child and still be able to teach your lesson and to manage everything else. So if you need to use the projector, if you need to use other tools, just get one of these devices and you can stand next to the problem children and make sure that they're in line while you're teaching your class. So that's why I think these are excellent for classroom management. I'm a really lousy classroom manager, and what I also like about this is you don't have to buy into behaviorism, which a lot of these other tools are based on to manage your classroom. Just saying.
Class Dojo, Scott gets right into that. Right?
So Class Dojo started out as that behavior management thing that Aaron used so much, but you can also use it, and people have adapted it and co-opted it to, like, I was using it in my high school classroom to keep track of class participation because it was just easy. It kind of summed everything up. But since then, they've added these portfolio things where you can, with the avatars they construct with the kids, you can send videos home, pictures home, and those kind of things. Share those out with the parents. Track, but it's also brought in giving directions, grouping kids, so it's a noise meter in the classroom for you if you're really uptight about that. Morning meetings, think, pair, shares routine built in. So all these things I never got to try in my classroom, but they seem real cool now, and I think I'd still be stuck or stick with Class Dojo.
All right, time to vote.
I love your visuals.
We're going to make color them with another $50. Class craft, okay, what
When in doubt, pick C, just like your multiple choice test. The answer is always C if you don't know it.
Class Dojo.
All right, Class Dojo wins that one. All right, moving on. Assessment tools, one of my favorite.
Oh, yeah,
Factile.
This is actually relatively new for me. I don't know if it's new for you. But remember back in the day, I don't know, maybe you don't, when you had to do a Jeopardy review and you had to do either a poster board with the little pockets. Anybody but me do that back in the day? Okay. So we have an emotional connection here. Well, it's all gone digital now. You can use Factile to create this amazing Jeopardy style game. It even has a feature where you can do an actual buzzer. It's obviously collaborative. It is free, although you can upgrade it. It integrates seamlessly with all of the Microsoft as well as Google or email sign up. And we all know how Jeopardy works. Plus, we love Alex Trebek. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Factile.
All right, Factile. Amy, GimKit.
GameKit is actually a new tool that I'm just learning about, and I cannot wait to do more of it. It has a whole gamifying aspect to the whole assessment piece, where you can get power-ups and you get points. And the best part about it is the points aren't based off of time and your speed in answering the questions. I know that can be a real stressor for a lot of kids. So it's more of a self-paced time frame. It interacts with Quizlet, so if you already created Quizlets, it goes in there. And one of the best pieces of this as compared to other tools is it goes on a loop, so there's lots of time for reinforcement. And the kids really buy into it because of the engagement of going and getting those power-ups and getting more points.
All right, that was GimKit. Kahoot.
Everybody's favorite is Kahoot. The reason I like Kahoot is because the amazing music that it has with it. That it just makes me in a happy mood every time I hear the sound. No. But this is a great tool just for on-the-fly assessment to get a feel for the barometer of what the class is doing. Obviously, you're not going to do this for any end of unit stuff or anything like that, but it's a great formative tool. And formative assessment, as we know from all of the educational research, is the #1 way to improve student learning. So any tool that you use that incorporate formative assessment is going to be good. This is an engaging one to get your students And I also know everyone loves it, and I knew it was a slam dunk if I put it in here. Everyone would vote for mine.
They just start changing they're starting to charge now though. There's a couple of differences.
Oh, Toy said I was cheating
Next,
earlier.
Scott.
I just wasn't being
I'm cheating.
partial.
Hey,
Alex
hey,
Strack.
Aaron, my time. That's why you want to go with quizzes, because they're charging now. No, you want to go with quizzes, but they were the original self-paced game, quiz game out there. They've got a bunch of individual and group game modes that you can play with now that are all highly customizable. Got a strong Google Classroom integration there as well, and they just added redemption questions if you haven't heard about that yet, which gives the kids a chance to try one of those questions again that they got wrong without penalty and to bump their score back up. So if you're more concerned about the kids just thinking things through and rethinking things instead of getting it right the first time, I love that feature in this mode. Like I said, great dashboard and great user content created in the community.
All right. Don't press vote yet. Oh, you did. Never mind. I'll say something afterwards.
I think what he means to say is that he's sorry for sabotaging my
Not at all.
Never.
by throwing the price tag in it.
This is just paying it forward.
Does he think just because he's Aaron Sams?
Close. Wow. Really close. Tied right now. Cool. How do we handle a tie? I guess everyone gets one.
Just give it to
Give
me.
it to the better
Give it
dressed
to
of
me.
us.
So-
Give it to the one with the brightest clothes.
All right.
That's so close.
Really close. What was it? 20?
27.4 to 23.9.
Yeah, 4% difference. So, but it went to quizzes. Quizzes. All right. Yes, it did. So the one thing I know, so we're gonna have a couple repeats here. So I'm gonna throw a couple tools at you. My favorite assessment tool is called Mentimeter. Absolutely love it. If you haven't seen it, it does word clouds right in front of the kids. And I know some of the assessment tools are starting to bring that in, but Mentimeter was the first one to start doing that. Amazing. My favorite. Just wanted to share it. All right. Content creation tools.
Oh, My Simple Show. Has anyone heard of My Simple Show? It is amazing. Students get to basically develop videos that come to life. So what I have my students do, they are, and it escapes me right now what I call them. Hold on one second. Explainer videos. Explainer videos. So if you ever have a topic or concept that you have students write out or you want them to articulate, they can input that information into My Simple Show and it will create a visual story. You've seen them before where the hand kind of comes in and swipes in and animates and something flies out. So they put in the script, and in doing that, the tool automatically generates a wonderful story. If you have not tried it, it is phenomenal. It is free. It has multiple voices. Even a British guy. Vote for My Simple Show.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was going to be so annoying as we went down. I feel like they get their 10 seconds cut off, but here we go. Moving on. Flipgrid.
All I really use is Flipgrid Fever. You can use, it's the best tool for app smashing. It interacts with everything. I will tell you that I will start a Flipgrid and put up my content, and within 2 days I probably have 200 responses. Kids are interacting, they're interacting with each other, they're sharing it, they're finding ways to create content that they can add to the Flipgrid. It is the best tool. It's got the best educator network. You get on hashtag Flipgrid Fever and you can find any content, any lesson that you can adapt to your classroom and create new things from that. So Flipgrid Fever, that's the one.
All right, Flipgrid. Draw.io.
Yeah, so this tool changed my life. Somebody muted me. Low battery, that's fun. Okay, so this tool changed my life. Draw.io, it integrates with your Google Drive, and you can create all sorts of cool little pictures. So we're not creating video content necessarily, but you're creating graphic content. So if you need to make a graphic organizer, a flow chart, any sort of interesting diagram or table, it's free. It ties right into your Google Drive, just dumps them right in there. And you can create some really, really spectacular flow charts and just visual representations of information and data. I use Draw.io quite often and recommend that you do as well. All right, Edpuzzle.
All right, so Edpuzzle, if you're creating your own video content and you want to make sure the kids are watching it, or you're going out and finding other people's video content and you want to ensure the kids are watching that, you can Edpuzzle lets you embed questions partway through the video that the kids have to stop and consider and think about before they can move on and keep moving through. Allows you to pull in video from YouTube, Khan Academy, There's a couple more websites in there too, but those are the two popular ones. Lets the kids move at their own pace and, like I said, rewatch, rethink, and really think about where they are as they're working through everything. And great integrations with everything, including Moodle, if you're still a Moodle user. Why are you still here?
All right. So now we're voting.
Is it working?
Yeah.
It's working. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Your pod was acting a little funny for a second there. Did you get one?
Yep.
Okay. Even our own tech support. Are you able to vote? Is it working?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I could have forgot the timer possibly, but you do all those. I think Flipgrid's got it.
All right. Flipgrid's the winner. All right. So, points wise, there's someone that's losing pretty bad. So, anyone for an extra point that can say the alphabet backwards.
Oh,
now.
right here. Z, Y, X, W, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, K, J, H, D, F, E, D, C, B, A.
Okay, good. One extra point. All right. Google extensions. What? Accessify. I'll tell you later.
No, you're good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the extension of all extensions. It is Extensity. And so what it basically does, it takes all of your extensions and it puts it in one extension. So, hello, I've already won, I'm done. So go ahead and get this, and thank you very much. No, it's phenomenal. You can find it in the Chrome web store. You can turn your extensions on and off. If you're like me, you have a million across the top, but not if you have Extensity. You have one. I have your vote, thank you.
All right, Extensify. And I said it wrong, didn't I?
Okay.
All right, Google Keep, Amy.
Google Keep is probably one of the most underrated of the Google extensions. It is not just a place to jot down your notes. You can do photos. You can do all kinds of other things. You can share your Google Keeps with other people. I'm trying to think of the other things that it brings like all your Google extensions and all the Google Suite together, and it's fully interactive. And you can use it from all different devices, so it doesn't have to be just on the one device. So it's the best one.
All right, stay focused.
Z, Y, X, W, P, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O, N, M, L, J, K, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. It's all in there.
Give them another one. Give them another point.
Another what?
All right,
Okay.
another point.
So stay focused, which is not something I do very well, as you can plainly see. This is it's an extension that you can install, that you can set time limits on things. So if you spend too much time on Facebook, like I used to until I just finally deleted it from my phone, it was great, then it limits you. And that way you can actually get your real work done, because a lot of times you start working and then you get distracted by emails and pings and dings and scrolling, and then you're like, where did the last 2.5 hours go? This happens to me all the time. So something like stay focused helps a lot. Z, Y, X, W, U, T, S, R, Q, O, N, M, L, K, J, H, D, F, E, D, C, B, A.
All right, one more point for him. All right, work on it.
Hi, my name is Scott, and I'm a tabaholic. What I use Workona for, I used to be a 1Password user and swore by it because it allowed me to collapse all those tabs down, speed my computer back up, and I could keep track of everything, all those websites open that I wanted to come back to. But Workona now does this once better, and the Google girls didn't even know about this one yesterday. So what this one does is allows you to create some spaces, add your work to those spaces. If you can open it in an internet tab, you can bookmark it, and if you sign in with the same accounts, credentials on other computers, it syncs right across. So you get rid of that problem. If you've got multiple devices like a laptop and a Chromebook and a desktop, like I do all these things with my work, all my tabs are now everywhere with Workona.
I'm actually impressed in that one. All right, time to vote.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, Q, P, O,
What did I start?
K, J, I, H, G, F, E, D, C, B, A. This song doesn't work. Backwards.
One more point for him.
Next time I think I'll say it forward so the song will work much better.
Work on. All right, moving on. ELA tool. All right, Nuzella.
One of my favorite ELA tools although I'm a social studies teacher, but everybody's an English teacher, is Newzella. She appreciates it. Make sure you
And
vote for
science,
me.
also science.
And also science and math and phys ed and everything else, music. The bottom line is Newzella is a great resource for students as well as for teachers. It has nonfiction, which is wonderful. It also has continued to grow, and they have wonderful categories of information by subject. They have, you can change the languages, and it is accessible. It integrates seamlessly into a bunch of LMSs. Students enjoy it. If you're into current events, Newzella has great content, and it comes with assessment, and it comes with the standards. You want Newzella.
All right, Newzella. Grammarly, Amy.
If you're anything like me and you second guess every single thing that you type or try to send to somebody, Grammarly's for you. It honestly catches every single mistake that I make, and then when I look at the report, I can start seeing like, oh, commas, that's a problem for me. I need to do more commas, or I'm missing this word. It makes sure that I don't send things that are grammatically incorrect to my administrators. So Grammarly is such a great tool, so I would suggest that one.
All right, Grammarly.
All right, my favorite is actual books. I don't know about you, I try to read online and I can't remember things. I'm very spatial when I read. And so in human history, we had scrolls for a long, long time, right? And one of the most amazing developments
This is a tech conference.
in humanity was the invention of the codex, the bound book. This is early technology, but it's technology. Now what did we do with PDFs? We went back to scrolls, for crying out loud. We got scroll. This is great. So I can remember things spatially where they end up on a page, but I cannot remember for the life of me where things are when I read it on a PDF. So I highly recommend books, and I especially recommend this one that you can purchase because it happens to be one that I wrote. So there you go. This shameless self-promotion portion brought to you by Aaron Sames.
Actually, I put it on there. I thought it'd be funny. So, Scott, no red ink.
So I hear my middle school teachers when I'm out in districts coaching talking about no red ink and the wonders it does for the kids with its adaptive, predictive engine that kind of helps guide kids through learning some of the better ways to write and produce their content. There's a free side to get the most robustness. You do need to go on the pay side, but on the free side, I had to write this down so I remembered it. The diagnostic reporting's out there for free, the daily writing and the journaling's out there for free, and the Google Classroom integration's out there for free. So, an entire, if your district wants to pay for that, and some do, entire writing curriculum out there too.
Awesome. All right, and it's time to vote.
Newzella.
I totally have to pitch Newzella right now because PDE has
Hey.
Newzella. This is for teachers, Scott. PDE partnered with Newzella for history pages, and if you have a Pennsylvania
This is 60 and 60.
educators email address, you can actually log in and use some of the Newzella stuff for free for history, like articles and stuff. Super cool.
Thank you, Newzella. It's A.
Hey, who
All right,
likes
did
books?
that work?
We got one.
All right, guess which one won? Newzella. All right. All right, math tool.
Okay, I'm going to stall a little bit because Prodigy is a product that I've used mostly with my own child. So this is very personal for me. So my child is math challenged like her mother. And so we very early on put her with the Prodigy tool, which is great because now she's 11, but at one time she was 5 and 6 years old. And it has beautiful visuals. It has a very practical standards aligned curriculum. It adapts in difficulty, and it is a nice little app that goes on your computer, or your iPad, or your other mobile devices. And I highly recommend Prodigy. Children love it especially. So please check out Prodigy.
All right. Amy, Math Learning Center.
Math Learning Center has every tool that you need for your math lessons. You click the tool, you need fractions, the fraction bar comes up, it'll be a circle, it'll be a square, whatever it would be. You can put it into the numbers you need. It has colors. You can go onto the Math Learning Center site. There's all kinds of resources on there. There's videos, there's pre-made lesson plans. You can see how the app would work in your classroom. They give you demonstrations on there. Every single tool that you need for math is on this app, and it's all free.
All right, math one. And it's also device agnostic. I don't know if you said that.
Yes.
All right, Desmos.
Okay, Desmos is amazing. If you need to graph something, you can graph it here. I think it's way easier and way more intuitive to use than a graphing calculator. And I just find it to be one of the most useful ways to visualize mathematical concepts. This is, again, I showed you draw.io earlier, ways for creating visual ways to organize data and information. This is a great way to visualize mathematical information, and your students will love it, and my students have used it on their own a lot, and my own children use it a lot when they want to see what the thing they sketched out should probably look like, but I only let them use it after they've done their own work.
All right. How do you say that? Equate.io? Is that right?
Equate.io or Equatio is I think it's a standalone for PCs as well, but I always use it as a browser extension. If you've been struggling trying to get your mathematical formulas, your science equations, and graphs on to your online documents, Google Forms, things like that, this allows you to do it. You can speak it, you can draw it, you can type it, it predicts and translates what it is you're trying to say, and gets really, really, I've not had it screw up much yet, gets really close and gives you a picture you can insert into your questions. So you can create your answers, you can create your questions, and it's all, these seem like premium features, and they are, but they make them entirely free for classroom teachers.
All right, awesome. Time to vote.
I like Desmos, but I kind of like Scott's.
I like Prodigy.
Have you used these? See warning.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm
I'm trying to get sympathy votes. Like, oh, look how nice Aaron's being.
Do you know what? Give Aaron another point. Go ahead.
Do actually be too.
Here. Not loading.
Mine didn't load yet.
All right.
Now it is.
Now, you okay?
You okay?
So if you like Scott's tools, vote for mine instead.
All right, did a lot of people not get to vote?
Yeah.
All right, well, go out. Mike, can you go out and come back in and timer will start maybe? Or we'll go to the backup method.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart the activity. All right.
Oh, good.
All right, restarting. We're good.
Let's restart. So, and it kept the votes that were already there. Smart. Maybe. See, my ADHD kicks in. I'm like, just take a step back, right? Good work.
Brandon, squirrel.
Where?
All right, the winner's Prodigy.
Shut up.
All right, science tool. This one, we only have two, so it'll be head-to-head, Scott versus Aaron, and we will give bonus points, double points for this.
Okay, my absolute favorite science tool in the world is PhET. Now, I have used this to teach chemistry, earth science, biology, physics, science methodology classes. I've had my students figure out how to use these tools in creating lessons for K through 12 learners as well in my undergrad classes that I teach. These are simulations, and you can manipulate the universe around you. So if you want to do orbits, you've got two orbiting bodies, you can set the mass, you can set the distance, you can set velocities, things like that, and students can then test them and see what happens, reset, and then change parameters. So they learn through experience. You don't have to teach them anything, you have to guide them how to use the tool on, say, balancing chemical equations, or gravity, or galvanic cells, and things like that. So use PhET, use them often. They're amazing, and they'll blow your mind, and they're all free.
All right, that's one of my faves. All right, Discovery Education.
It's one of my faves too, but I think you've got to take a hard look at Discovery Education science resources that are out there. Discovery Ed is in almost all of our districts across the state of Pennsylvania because of the statewide pricing they've offered us. You got to take a look at their videos that they do to kind of explain and show science things that you might not be comfortable or want to do on your own in your classroom. You can kind of show the kids what's going on with those that way. And they give you ideas on how to start your lessons with their tools through that. I do not work for Discovery, so don't take that way. Plus, they've got a lot of channels within their science area that focus on inquiry, and I found this one to be really interesting. Personal and social perspectives on science. because we're getting close to the edge on some of the science we're doing. So.
Oh, it was a vote. I lied. You're good. I got messed up thinking the two. All right, time to vote. Sorry.
I just think it was 4.
Is it FET or PHET?
I call it FED.
I call it FET.
Yeah. But it is an acronym for something, right?
I don't know.
Me neither.
It's what, University of Colorado?
University of Colorado, funded by National Science Foundation,
Yeah.
heavily researched and totally awesome.
So is Discovery.
It's also not free.
And with the extra points, Aaron wins. All right, social studies tools.
Where are my social studies teachers here? Social studies. How did I know you will all be in the back? So, as a social studies teacher, Newsella, I'm going to use it again. We're all English teachers. It's a fantastic
Cheater.
tool. I'm going to tell you about the one feature as a social studies teacher that I love the most. Is the text sets. You can create text sets. So for instance, I'm doing World War I currently, well not currently, but my kids are, and what I was able to do is to search Newsella for all of their primary and secondary sources, World War I grouped them into a text set, and I made assignments. So students will have the ability to go in and select one, I can assign it. Again, it still has the, it's Common Core aligned, it still has standards, a standard space, it has the assessment, and it has a write tool. I strongly suggest everyone in this room look into Newsella.
All right. Wonderopolis, Amy.
I'm going to talk about one that you don't traditionally think as a social studies tool. Wonderopolis is such a great tool because it allows kids to research what they wonder. So the other thing that's cool about it is if it's not there, if their wonder isn't there, they can submit their wonder to be answered. So there's that great feature. The text can be read to them, so it eliminates some barriers when it comes to social studies with reading. Just an example, for Black History Month, they had 27 videos about Black history. It has vocabulary built in. You can integrate it again with Flipgrid. It's one of those great apps that integrate with Flipgrid. And you can search them by Lexile levels as well. So Wonderopolis is for all those kids who have that wonder.
All right, National Geographic.
National Geographic has amazing social studies resources. Hopefully some of you have seen these. One of the greatest tools they have for educators is lessons that have been developed around the same resources but have been scaled for early learners, middle grade learners, high school students, and even for college students. So there's lessons that you can find on geography, on physical geography, on cultural geography, on studies of human origins, of maps in general. I'm a map nerd, so I kind of geek out on stuff like that. There's short little video demonstrations, a lot of really useful PDFs and graphics that you just can't find anywhere else.
Right.
So National Geographic.
Perfect timing. All right, Library of Congress. Scott.
Okay. So if you head to the Library of Congress, if you're looking for primary source content to bring into your classroom, text and images, they've got a great repository of stuff there with lesson plans to pair with and some interactive activities. This goes across a lot of grade levels to do this. I was using one with my AP kids at the time when I was in the classroom that taught them how to interpret and think about political cartoons and all the nuance that goes into those. So it really helps the kids think through those things. And the stuff, all the kinds of standards that's aligned to Common Core, state, and organizationally recommended. And I don't know what NCSS is or NCSGs, so, or NSCGs. So anyhow, you've got those. So Library of Congress.
All right. And time to vote.
Hey, Aaron, lowest point total, not highest.
Well, I got excited when Brandon first said lowest points because I wasn't getting very many points. Then I realized we were playing golf. And I don't even like golf. I'm not very good at it either.
And you were really
We're not-
excited.
we're not trying to
You
get
kept
the
giving
bar
your
either.
points, and you're like, yes, yes. I'm like,
It helps to know the rules before you get sucked into things. Like
Did I
it's
not
like-
explain the
If
rules
I had
before we
any
started?
idea,
I did
I was going to
state
be dressed up in
first
green
place
and
gets
yellow
1 point,
suits.
fourth
When they
gets
told
4.
me to come around and interview people, I probably wouldn't have done it if they didn't give me a suit. Did I win?
Wonderopolis won. No, you did not. Wonderopolis.
Can I say the alphabet again for an extra point?
No. Communication tools. Remind, Tammy.
Remind, this is for all of the old heads in here on my tribe. Remind I think when I first started using Remind, I noticed that my students were all sitting in class and they were staring at their laps for whatever reason. And I realized, oh, my students are on their phones, so maybe I'll go to their phones and that's how I can reach them. Well, that's exactly what Remind allows you to do. Students don't necessarily like going to emails. Parents don't necessarily like going to emails. But if they get a nice, quick communication on their Remind, you can send images, you can send links and such. I think that Remind is the classic, the old school, and the gold standard. So whatever anyone else says, you want to choose Remind.
All right. Communication comparison.
So this actually is just like your classroom. Not one tool works for every single classroom. So this is a communication comparison. There's a link that you can link to it. And it links every single communication tool that's popular right now, and it tells you comparatively what it is towards the other apps. It also tells you if it's free or if there's upgrades. It tells you all the great tools, and this kind of lets you pick the one that works best for you. If you're not great at Remind, you don't have your phone with you, but something else works for you, this kind of gives you all of those tools and lets you pick for yourself which one's the best.
Yeah, this is, when you look at it and it's hard to see on the screen, it's really awesome. It really does a lot of the work for you. All right, that was I forgot to tell you, that was a 2, so it's time to vote.
I was going to say, I don't remember submitting one for this. I don't even know what slide's coming next.
I had 2
Yeah, I had that
signs and 2
momentary
communication.
too, like, crap, did I forget?
I sent you guys the list like 2 months ago. You could have looked down the
Yeah,
Google
you're talking
sheet.
to the procrastinator.
Exactly. You're lucky I sent you anything at all before like 2 hours ago.
Well, you did sit down to go over the presentation an hour and a half ago.
Well, that's true.
All right, no, maybe 2.
But you were editing
Sat down to
slides
take a
then,
nap
too.
an hour.
I did take a nap.
He did. All right, we got a winner?
In 14 seconds. It's close. It's close.
Oh, come on, it's Remind.
Remind started charging, like they changed their whole model. I wasn't gonna try to. I'll do it
That's
without him. I don't
twice you
wanna
have
do
done.
it.
What do you got against this side of the
How is
room?
it over yet?
Oh.
All right, Remind wins, but definitely check out the comparison sheet. We'll show you that Remind's not the best now. It's VR AR, but it wasn't the game show. All right, VR AR tool.
That's me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, I forgot my favorite.
Come on.
So this is such a great tool. It's called Insta360, and Brandon really likes it. He likes it so much, I'm going to let him tell you all about it.
All right, so this is actually a 360 camera. We're cheating, yes. 360 camera. They're not that expensive. I think they run, there's a couple different versions of it. They run from like $200 to $350. And you can take a 360 image and actually insert it into the different thing link, or actually use Google Tour Creator to put in there and have the students interact with the image in the 360. So if you're looking for an easy way to create 360 images, you got to spend a little money, but we actually bought a couple of those in Cheltenham that we're using with students. All right, Google Tour Creator.
Google Tour Creator lets you take the students where they're learning. You can go there, you can interact with it, it interacts with Google Maps, you can go on there and you can add, like, look here for this, look there for that. It's 360 and it's awesome. Imagine a student reading a story in the setting and then going into the Google Tour and actually seeing the setting and being able to walk around and look at it. Adds a whole different dimension.
All right, moving on, Merge Cube.
All right, I like Merge Cube because you can buy them, or you can just print them out, and you can just tape it into a little cube, and then you look at it through your phone, and you can look at historical objects like the Rosetta Stone. You can look at other types of objects. You can turn the cube, and you get a different perspective of it. You can tap it in particular spots or touch different things, and it goes to different really cool menus. So you don't have to put goggles on. You don't have to get disoriented. You don't have to get motion sick. You can just sit there with this cool little cube with your phone, and it really brings the world to life. The cube literally on your phone transforms into something else that you're learning about. There's science stuff, there's like solar system things, there's history objects, there's all sorts of really amazing things to build lessons around and have your students manipulate.
All right, Scott, Google Tour Builder.
So Google Tour Builder, unlike the last Google tool in this category, yes, I can talk.
Lego Toil, baby.
It focuses on the AR. So it rides on the back of the browser version of Google Earth and allows you to embed text, video, and other pictures and things like that to help augment and grow the kids' understanding of places that they're visiting through Google Earth. So Google Tour Builder.
All right, time to vote.
Merge Q.
Tour builder?
Well, it's confusing. It's Tour Creator, Tour Builder, but Tour Creator is more of the 360.
Yes.
Tour Builder is more of like Google Maps.
If you're confused, I would recommend choosing C.
A.
That way you don't have to you don't have to pick. Maybe you're like really Google loyal and you don't want to have to choose between the two. Just pick C. It's the agnostic choice.
Call it? Is it there? Yes. Merge Q wins. All right, video creation tool.
I'm Tammy, and I love Adobe Spark. I love Adobe Spark because it allows my students to create in a way that they don't believe that they necessarily can. It is such a easy to use and seamless kind of design. It does integrate with Google Classroom. It does integrate with all of the other LMSs, maybe not. The bottom line is it's a great tool for great videos. You can add audio, you can do voiceovers, you can upload your own images and text, and it is phenomenal.
All right, moving on. Amy, Lumi Labs.
If you have not heard about Lumi Labs, you've got to go find out about this tool. It is amazing. We have it in Cheltenham, thanks to Brandon. And I will tell you, students cannot wait to get on Lumi Labs. There are thousands and thousands of pre-created videos. It's run through Botanica. So all the videos that they have submitted have been vetted with the, what do you think? And
There's a story.
yeah, and they are already pre-created. They're done by National Geographic, but students can add their own content videos in there. You can add text, you can add all kinds of really cool features to the videos. You can add music. The music's already in the program. It's the best one.
All right, Aaron, GoPro, knock off.
So I was in Aldi the other day, and GoPros are like a couple $100, right? $60 in Aldi, and it has its own app that works just like the GoPro app does. It's got a little case, just like a GoPro. And if you want to buy actual GoPro branded stuff, you can, because it fits in it, because it's the same size. So $60 for a GoPro equivalent at Aldi. The problem is they only show up like once a year. So when you see one, buy them all and give them out to people that you love and other educators who are looking to find a really inexpensive, awesome camera for their classrooms. Okay?
I did
GoPro
find,
knockoff.
there were some on Amazon, so I did look, and they were pretty cheap too, maybe a little bit more, but when I didn't know about it. So, all right, moving on. Scott, video.
All right, so if you're looking for like traditional kind of video editing content, that piece with video clips that you take with your phone or whatever, and you can get it into the cloud, you need to go with WeVideo. For me, it felt like iMovie after my Mac days, and when I had to start to work with Chromebooks when I moved to the intermediate unit system, and it's still there. Makes it look like you've got to pay, but you can have your kids do up to 5 minutes of video creation or video splicing a month, and in standard definition, and upload it, and they get away totally free. And if you have the kids collaborating on something, they bounce between kids' accounts, and they can get a couple projects in all across the month when they're working on things. So WeVideo.
All right, time to vote. And we are really close up here with, like, there's a chance one of 3 people could win. Aaron has no chance. But the other 3 all have a chance.
There's always a chance, Brandon. There's always a chance.
All right, take 1 point away.
Don't crush my dreams. I'm going to fail forward. Just
Fun at me.
Just like you've told me to so many times. I will fail today, and I will come back, and I will rise victorious from the ashes of this game.
All
show.
right. Well, maybe I just thought somebody from Misty.Maybe we can do it at Misty.
Sometime.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun.
We gotta get you to there though.
We got to get other people in better suits.
All right, Winter Spark. Moving on.
Oh, come on!
All right, app of all time. We're down to the last 2 sets of tools. App of all time. All right, Tammy, Bitmoji.
Everybody loves a good Bitmoji. But have you ever thought about using it with students? Students like to personalize. They can insert themselves into whatever they are creating, video creation tools. They can use it in their emails. They can use it on personal websites. You even have the opportunity to go to the merch store and you could print out various cups and stickers and t-shirts. The app of all time, and if you've been to any of my presentations, there are little Tammys all over it. Bitmoji is the most amazing app of all time. Please pick Bitmoji.
All right, Bitmoji. TouchCast, Amy.
TouchCast is the most amazing app. It allows students who are the new YouTube star to create their videos. They can green screen on there, they can voice over, and the best part about it is if you forget to put the green screen behind them, you can still go in and add it into the apps and it will make the background disappear and add the green screen in. It makes it look like a live broadcast when you put on the titles, everything. The students will buy into TouchCast anytime I pull it out. They're like, yep, let's go. So TouchCast is the best app.
All right, TouchCast.
All right, so if you are an Apple user, like I am, you need to use screen time. Remember how I talked earlier about how I get distracted a lot and I need to have things in my browser that keep me from going out and checking other things that I shouldn't be working on? You can do this on your phone as well. So I set time limits for myself, so I only get a few minutes a day on particular apps that I waste a lot of time on. And I do this for my children, and we keep each other accountable as well. So I just checked my phone, and my kids are just now getting home from school, and I've already started requesting some time on Google Hangouts and on TikTok and on messages and things like that. So I can grant it or I can decline it, but I'm feeling friendly today, so I'll probably grant it. But this is a great way to just manage your electronics use, and I highly recommend you use it.
All right, that's it.
Moving
Moving on. Flickrs, Scott, we're running out of time.
Flickrs is been around so long that you've forgotten that this is the best app of all time, because Flickrs is for the one-device classroom or the low-device classroom where the kids hold up a paper card and they turn it to decide what letter is the answer, A, B, C, or D. And the teacher takes their device, holds it up, and surveys the entire class. All pops up, and if you load your class roster in, it tells you who's got it right, who's got it wrong, tracks it, and sends it back through the website. So Flickrs, you need to check out.
All right, so time to vote. By the way, we are tied at 29 points, 29 points, 29 points, and Aaron has 39 points.
I'm winning, 39!
Now, Aaron.
How many of those?
Lowest point total.
Can I shave it off with some more alphabet?
I'll add one for you.
Were you adding them for my alphabet?
Yes. He just got the memo.
That's what Scott was talking about earlier.
Ding!
Man, I love these guys.
All right.
They're so nice.
Flickrs wins. That's an oldie. All right. So last four tools. What tool of all time? Flipgrid.
Oh, yes. Well, everybody loves Flipgrid. Amy did a great job earlier telling you all the good stuff about Flipgrid. But Flipgrid is one of those tools that everyone loves the very first time that they use it. Students are always taking videos of themselves and putting up little ears and faces and things like that. You have great tools that you can put in there. So learning is fun. It also is essential because it helps students with communicating verbally. Now, we obviously have them communicate in writing all the time, but that is a skill that sometimes we don't necessarily practice. Flipgrid is phenomenal. Everyone loves Flipgrid. Get Flipgrid fever and vote for Flipgrid.
All right, Amy, Goose Chase.
As much as I love Flipgrid, Goose Chase.
She told you earlier.
I love it, but Goose Chase is the most amazing for the fact that on a lesson for Dewey Decimal Systems, how boring is that? You get excitement. So I can create any kind of lesson and the kids get so excited. So if a tool can make the Dewey Decimal System exciting to kids, it's the tool. You can use it for all sorts of things. There's pre-made lessons, and then you can create your own lessons. But that's definitely the tool. As much as I love Flipgrid Reader.
All right.
If you're at this conference, then it is entirely possible that you are the de facto tech support person for your family, for your friends, and for many of your colleagues. And how many times have you gotten a really obnoxious text message or phone call from one of your family members with a really, really simple Google search could have just brought up the information that they need, and they are asking you for your technological expertise, free of charge and out of the goodness of your heart. If you're feeling a little snarky like I do sometimes, and you just want them to go away, use Let Me Google That for you, and type in the search engine and send them the link, and it will send them directly to the page that they could have reached very easily by doing a simple Google search. Thank you.
All right.
Vote for that.
Scott,
Snarky?
Genially?
Sometimes snarky? Okay. Genially is probably the newest web tool that you don't know about yet, and it made it for my best one because it's doing a lot with content creation for the kids in one-stop shop, and kids are picking it up so fast in the classrooms I'm coaching that it's amazing. They're a new upstart tool. They just won a great amount of funding at the ISTE equivalent over in London, and they're focusing, like I said, on visual project presentations, dossiers, gamifying, kind of like electronic breakouts, grids, social media posts, video presentations, infographics, learning experiences, interactive, and once you pick up the editing tools in the one, you pick them up in all. Stay with free templates is my recommendation, and it allows us to collaborate too.
Time to vote. All right, who will be the winner? Right now, Scott's in the lead.
And I had the most points.
Tammy, Amy, then Aaron.
Lowest point total.
And we do have a nice little trophy here to give out to the winner.
Let me act it out for you.
And
And it's really close. Like four-way tie close. 3 seconds.
If you love America, vote for Flipgrid.
Goose chase.
all right, Goose Chase wins. And who's second? All right.
Second place was Flipgrid.
Flipgrid. I think we might have a three-way tie.
And then,
Exactly.
then Scott, and then Aaron.
No love for lucky.
We seriously have a three-way tie. 33, 33, 33. I could not have planned that better. Thanks, everybody. A little different, 60 and 60. Hope you liked it. If you did, let us know. I think this is a pretty cool style. It's just not one person talking at you, but I appreciate your time. Have a great ISTE. Let us know how you're doing. And thanks. Oh, I said ISTE. PNC. I got ISTE on the brain. Thanks, Aaron.
ISTE. We are not in Anaheim. I repeat, you are not in Anaheim.
You guys killed it, man.
I see Phil.
Stick around, 3:30, artificial intelligence in the classroom.
What's going on, dude? Good to see you. I'm always good. Oh, it's good. You're sticking around here?
Like he needs a leash.
Can't leave your section.
Did he really just leave?
So I've learned that I need to just like know my role, know my like wardrobe classification, never get busy, picture outside that. The world will push me back into like the level of partner to partner.
Thank you, Brandon.
Next thing like this is like
Just the disco.
this is trickle free, something like crazy. Alright, like pull it out like this. Pull it out. It's not very and whatever it was, set up one click for a little bit, and now every other. So worst case scenario. So if you look at it, you're like, you're in charge.
Come on, man.
Yeah, if you were
So stick around, 3:30, artificial intelligence in the classroom.
the prices aren't, they're not expensive, they're not super cheap. So it's So if you're like, it's like cheaper to get font than but I like it. They have like really good, like khaki color pants that feel like jeans. They like look like khaki.
So let's see what kind of crowd we get. Did you drop your eyeliner? Today. Sure? I need it for tonight, that's where I'm wearing. It's probably expensive.
See what kind of crowd we get. Everybody kind of cleared off. But I'm just hoping
Well, the last one just almost put me to sleep.
where are we at?
Central Bucks. They were talking about how they went from nothing to where they're at now as far as technology integration goes. Oh man.
So they're going to bring me a dongle and a
Okay.
clicker.
They were a Microsoft.
What?
Central Bucks.
Yeah.
Did it with Microsoft.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people do that.
I don't know either.
Everyone I've talked to says, oh yeah, it's what they're going to be doing in the future, and so we're going to try to teach kids that now. I'm like, well, if you teach kids like simple things like video, they're going to be doing good one in the future because that's what they're used to.
But St. Sandra, they should have coffee and tea.
I don't know. Hopefully you get that. I got some people. That's good.
So it's better than none, right?
That's right. Just shut off now.
Yes, my mat is on. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, good. It'll be really good. It'll be fun. I'm like, have tea in my pocket ready to go. I just
Hi. How are you? Good.
I just want to let you know there's
Awesome. Sweet. Thank you.
Where'd you get the parking garage?
I parked on a strip. Place I got kicked out of. Place I got kicked out of yesterday. They had. Now the guy has my key, so I don't know.
Because my man, the
It was only $13.
rescuer.
Excuse me? Yeah, when I came back from work, they were parking right here. Yeah. That's point.
That was like a veggie.
The point.
Oh, not the vegetarian stuff or something.